So in this we do have two classifications. Local temporary tables global temporary tables. Temporary tables are classified into two types. One is local temporary table, and next one is global temporary table. Okay, so first we'll see what is meant by local and global, and we'll see the differences, everything. Okay, and the purpose I'll tell you once I'll explain the concept. Yeah. So usually when we create a table, okay, and before the table name, when you keep one hash keyword, so then that is called as local temporary table. So for an example, I'm just creating a patient table. Patient ID integer, patient name, patient address. Okay, so let it be 3 columns. Now before the table name, if we keep one hash keyword, that is called as local temporary tables. Okay, now I will show you. I'm going to create this table now. Yeah, so in which database I have created this?
MSBI.
It's under MSBI database, right? But let me go and check whether it got saved or not, this temporary table. So is it saved anywhere? You just see. Nowhere I can see that hash patient table, correct?
Yes.
So the reason behind that is whether either a local temporary table or global temporary. Okay, so both will be get saved in the temp database actually. So we have a system defined databases, right? Under the temp DB will be there. So in this database, it will gonna defaultly save your temporary tables, guys. Even though if you create these temporary tables in your user defined database, the default destination will be tempdb only. Once it's under tempdb. So under this, there are two options. One is tables. Tables means if you want to create any physical tables in tempdb, so we can go ahead with these tables, and the temporary tables will gonna save under this temporary tables tab. Can you see this?
Yes, sir.
There is a table called dbo. The default schema has been added, and a hash patient table. Okay, and I just gave only this name, whereas it has been assigned something, some hyphen and then some numbers, right? Yes. So what is meant this numbers means? So these numbers are called as random numbers. Okay. So these numbers are called as random numbers. And why it is assigned a random number means, let me show you. So usually in a database, can we create two tables with the same name?
No, sir.
Not possible. It will throw us an error, correct?
Correct.
Yes.
Now let me take DB only. So now already this hash table is there now, the hash patient with the same name in a different session, actually not within the session but in a different session, but I'm pointing to the same DB. I'm trying to create the table. Will it get create? Usually
It should not.
Not so.
should not allow. Basically, it
Correct.
should throw an error saying that same temporary table, I mean same table name should not get created. So let me go and execute it. See, it got created. Okay. Now, if you go and see, same tables are there, but just to identify, for SQL Server, just to identification or to make a difference between these two tables, right? So it has been provided a random number space. Okay. And you no need to write a select star from this entire table name and this random numbers. Okay. So it is only identification for the SQL Server. When you write simply select star from this hash table, right? The SQL Server knows it, which temporary table it is, and from it will identify. I mean, based upon this, see, there is something called a session ID. Okay, so based upon the session ID, so it will give them the random numbers. So it knows it actually. So when you try to do select star from as patient table, from which table it has to read, the SQL Server knows because SQL Server only assign these random numbers, right? Based
Yeah.
upon the session. So it can easily pick up. So you don't need to do a selection for the entire table name. It's not required, guys. Okay. So the purpose of random numbers is in case of temporary table, in a single database, we can create two same table names, okay, with the same name. Okay, just to differentiate while saving, SQL Server will assign a random numbers. Okay, so not only in this session, if you go and create one more table in one more session, see again it got created. When you go down, refresh. When you go down, see one more table has been defined and the random number has been assigned. Okay, same table name I can provide. Clear? Yes. Now let me do one thing. Now if you ask me, sir, how many tables we can create these temporary tables in a single session, means you can create a number of temporary tables. There is no restriction. And let me do one thing. Let me put hash employee EID ename address for an example. So now I created this table, right? Even for this table also, there will be a random numbers will get assigned. Can you see this? Now, in which session I have created this? The session number 93, correct?
Yes.
Now, let me try to retrieve the data from that table, guys. Hash employee. Okay. I'm not able to retrieve. It is saying that invalid object name hash employee. But the table is exists now. Correct?
Yes, sir.
But the table is exist, but I am not able to retrieve the data in another session. Let's go and check in the same session. See, I'm able to retrieve here. So which means the limitation of a local temporary table, or usually we will call the scope. Okay, scope is nothing but time period of that particular object. Yeah, the scope of this temporary table will exist till that session only. Okay, the scope of this any temporary local temporary table I'm talking about. The scope of any local temporary tables will remains exist within the session only. Okay, we cannot able to retrieve the same table name in the other sessions. Okay, so usually local means the power will be within the local area, right? Not global, correct? In the same way, this will be active within this session only. You cannot able to retrieve this table data, or you cannot perform any operation in the other session. It is not possible actually. Okay.
So these tables are meant only for that session. Apart that, we
Yes.
cannot. Once that session is closed, we cannot retrieve that data.
Yeah. So I'll show you that. See, now these four tables are exist, right? Now patient table and then employee table. I mean, for this table and the above table, both are created under session 93, correct?
Correct.
Now those are exist as of now. Now what I'm going to do is, yeah, I'm going to close this session. Let's see what will happen. If I go and refresh, does the tables exist?
Okay. No.
No. Means when you close the session, automatically these temporary tables will get dropped. You don't need to drop it manually. See, even if you want to drop manually, you can drop it by using drop command. But usually the behavior of this temporary table will be, when you drop the tables, sorry, when you close the session, automatically these temporary tables will be get dropped actually. Okay. Understand?
Yes.
That's the time limitation of a local temporary table actually. Yeah. And these temporary tables will exist until we close these sessions actually. Yeah. So the usage, the advantage, everything I'll tell you in the real time. Usually we will use this temporary table, mostly, that usage I'll tell you maybe tomorrow, because you just need to understand the concept first. Okay. Understand?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay.
Any questions? Yeah.
If we save that session, sir, at that time can we retrieve the table?
No. Even if you save the query and if you close it, right, it
Yes,
will
sir.
get dropped from your temp. Only the query will get saved in your local.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. That's how it will be.
Sir, can we create two same temporary table in one session?
Not possible. So if you go and check, see, it is saying that there is already object name as patient in the database. As I say, based upon this session ID, it will get created a random number, right?
Yes.
Based upon that session ID. So if you go and create the same table within the session, it will not accept, because it cannot give a same random number, right? Again.
But we can create in another session,
Yes.
same table.
The local temporary table, so you can create in another session. So based upon that session, it will append the random numbers.
Okay, sir.
Sir,
Yes.
if we cancel the session, then these tables will automatically disappear.
Yes.
So, sir, what is the application of these tables?
Yeah, usage I'll tell you. I'll tell you later. Okay.
Do generally in in real time, do for this they apply any schemas, or just they're going to go with default schemas?
Usually we'll go with the default schema. We'll not use any other schemas and all. Usually it will be DB only.
Okay.
Okay, maybe, yeah, people are curious about what is the usage if of these temporary tables, right? Let me give you a small example. Okay, so now let me, one second. Just a second. Mhm. Okay, that's fine. So usually, let's say when you go to any internet banking and if you try to extract your statement, right? So you'll be providing some start date and end date, correct? Yeah.
Correct.
Yes.
So
Correct.
and once you enter
Yes, yes.
start date and end date, and you're going to select the Excel file or PDF file and click on the
Mhm.
submit button, correct? So
Correct.
what it will do, it will bring the data and it will show it to you, correct?
Correct.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
So usually what will happen, the entire data from the day which you open the account, right? The entire data transactions will be there in your account, correct?
Correct.
I mean, you're in the database. So now whenever you ask for last 6 months or 1 month data, right? So what usually in the backend they will do is they will bring the data from, I mean, if you request any date, right? So they will put that dates in the where class where, date between a start date and end date. They'll bring that data and put it in a these temporary tables. That temporary information, they will show it to you. Okay, that's how it will be usually. Yeah. So in the case of there, we will not do any kind of manipulations. It will be just selecting, putting into a temporary tables and showing it to the users usually. Okay, but in terms of SQL server, right? Same thing
Mhm.
happen whenever any customer will pass any dates or any values. Based upon that, we'll retrieve the data. On top of retrieving the data, right, we will do some manipulations, nothing but some inserts, updates, deletes. We will do it on top of the temporary tables, and that data will show it to them actually. Meaning, let me tell you, see, there is a physical table for an example which contains 10 million records. Yeah, and
Mhm.
they want us to bring some information, let's say from 2021 whole year data they want us to bring. Okay, now what we did is, so we return a select query, select star from the physical table, and where my year equals to 2022. So complete year data I just want to bring. Okay, now while bringing this information, right, so they want us to do some manipulations. Okay, so manipulations nothing but DML operations, guys. So any DML operation, insert, delete, update. Yeah. So once the 2020 year, maybe some sales data, let's say, once I bring the data, I want to do some manipulation. Like let's say there is a special offer I want to give for those products, 2022 products which are made, which are manufactured in the year of 2022. So I want to give some, offers. So in such a case, I want to update a discount price, right? Correct. Now, whatever this adding or subtracting or deleting, this should not happen in the physical table actually. Okay, this should not happen. See, this offers only for this specific year, right? Maybe next year they might change a different offer. Correct. Now the
Yes.
client is saying that you don't want to maintain all this information physically in the database level. So as of now, you show me. Okay, in as of now, whenever I request this 2020 year, okay, you show me that offer information everything. In such a case, we will not go and do any changes in the physical table. First, we'll retrieve the data from your physical table. We'll put it in the temporary table case, and there we will do all kind of manipulations. So in that case, what will happen now? Whatever you do on top of temporary table, it won't affect your physical table actually. Even you do insert, you do update, you do truncate, whatever you do, nothing will happen to your physical table actually. Clear? And this temporary table will show it to them. Yeah. So always this is the process will follow in the real time, guys. Whatever they request, we'll bring from the physical table, we'll put it in temporary table, and on top of temporary table, whatever we want, we will do it and we'll show it to the client. This is the process. Okay. So anyway, so again, there is a full clarity will come. So once these temporary tables, everything will get done, I'll show you what exactly the process. Okay. Yeah. So now the scope you understand, right? Until we close the session, this will be exist. Once we close the session, it won't exist actually. Okay. Yeah. Now in terms of temporary tables, is it possible to create this relationship or not? Is it possible to create a primary foreign relationship on these temporary tables?
Yeah, we can.
Yes, sir.
We can.
Can now? Okay, let me try that. See, already we have created. One second. Let me paste. Yeah, I'm creating an employee table. And okay, 1 second. Let me provide a primary key.
Mhm.
And I'm going to create one more table, that is employee salary details. Salary will be monthly, right? So for one employee, 12 rows will be there, correct? For each year. Yes or no?
Sir.
Yes.
Foreign key.
Balances.
For instance, your primary key table, that is dash employee of
EID.
correct. So already this table is created. Yeah, this table is already there.
Close bracket.
Now let me go and create this table and see what will happen. See, it is saying that keeping foreign key constraint as employee salary definition for temporary table, and foreign key constraint are not enforced under local or global temporary tables. Okay. So so it is saying that it cannot put this foreign key on top of this local or global. Can anyone tell me what is the reason behind that?
It will be a stupid answer, but because of something like foreign key.
Temporary tables can delete after
Exactly.
session.
After the session, the temporary tables will get removed, right? Then what is the point of giving a relationship?
Yes, sir.
No, like whenever it is deleting, relationship doesn't impact temporary or permanent way.
Sorry? No,
See,
in case of permanent, you leave it. So it will be there until you drop it, correct? The
Correct.
tables. So relationship also will exist. But whereas in this case, if you close it, the table itself won't be there, right? Table itself get dropped automatically.
Okay.
So then there is no point of giving a relationship between the tables. Understand everyone?
No, like here, what if it is a temporary or permanent? How it relates to uh, table relationships?
See, Why you used to give the relationship? Tell me.
For example, if you want to link from one table to another table, we'll generally give the link.
No.
Okay, if you I'll take some real-time scenarios. Let us consider a Flipkart. So they are going to give some big billion days offers, right?
Hmm.
In that scenario, so they are going to link, for example, main section will be like electronics, sports items, groceries, all this. If we go inside to that, we'll get all that information. So obviously, if they want something, means they need to provide relationships, primary key, foreign key relationships. So for yearly once they get this big billion day offers, right? So in that, for that time period, they generally go with as like in instead of mass a permanent database, they go with the temporary database, right?
Now I'm talking about primary foreign key relationship.
Uh,
Why we used to provide primary foreign key relationships?
that is what we. I think you're not getting my point. See, even there also we required primary foreign key relationship, right?
Why do we? No, I'm asking in physical tables. What is the purpose of PK and FK relationship? Forget about temporal.
Okay, okay. In generally, we are going to link those two tables, and to get the output, we generally link those primary key and foreign key.
Without primary foreign key also I can join. No.
Uh,
To avoid duplicate values.
Wait.
Mhm.
Tell me. Without a relationship also can we perform a link or not using joins?
We can perform. I don't see
Then
not.
what is the purpose?
Purpose is like, see, in if we use these primary keys, no, we don't get nulls. Where in non-relation tables, we get those values as well.
That's the property of a primary key.
Yeah.
I'm asking relationship. Why do we require? Kavya.
Relationship.
Kavya.
Yes, sir.
Why do we require primary foreign key relationship in a table?
Provide identification for table. We'll go ahead with primary key.
What is the purpose of foreign key?
Foreign key.
Rupesh. Rupesh, are you there? Pushpa.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Why do we provide a foreign key, primary key relationship for the tables?
We can easily identify the child table, sir.
No. Shika Patel.
Hello. Yes, sir.
Yeah. What is the purpose of PK and FK relationship on top of the tables?
So whatever we want the result, we can get between the child and the parent table.
Correct. Next.
As
What is the main purpose? Veerabhadra. Veerabhadra Gowda. Can you please unmute and speak? Next, Sangamesh.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, can you tell me the reason behind that?
Sir, primary keys allows only primary key
No,
allow.
don't tell the properties of primary foreign keys.
Yes, sir.
Why do
easy,
we require the relation? I
sir, we
want the
easily
exact
understand
answer.
which one is parent table, which one in the child table, sir.
No. Yadav. Jadhav. If you will not respond, I am going to remove.
Jadhav or Javed, sir?
Jadhav. There is a name called Jadhav here. Harisha N. Yes, tell me. Can you please stop that background music, please? Sorry? Gagana K.
I think we can retrieve the data easily, sir.
No. Jeevan Chand MR.
Sir, actually, we use foreign and primary key for linking purpose.
That's it.
For benefit.
Gayatri.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, tell me.
Primary key is used to ensure data in a specific column. Foreign key column is a group of column in relational database that provides link between data in two tables.
What is the purpose I am asking?
It uniquely identifies a record in the relational database table.
No. Kavita.
Yes, sir.
Yes, tell me.
We can easily identify which row is linked with the other row.
Can I elaborate the same point, please?
We can easily identify in a unique way. I mean, if in employee table we have EID, and in employee salary we have EID. That is for it primary, and we will give primary and foreign key relationship. So that we can easily identify which row is linked with which row, and it gives sorting in a easy way or faster way.
Madhavi.
We can retrieve the more data by using the identification of tables. Relation also we can find easily.
No. Madhavi B. One more Madhavi is there. You log with 2 accounts, Madhavi. Who is this Madhavi B?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, tell me. Can you tell me the answer? First of all, both Madhavis are different.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah, can you tell me the answer? Manjunath Kubasar.
Provide data redundancy and to save spaces.
Can you elaborate?
If there are two tables, we can't have the same data in two tables. Instead of that, we can establish parent and dependency and independent tables. We can form by creating IDs.
Monica. 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 There are two Monicas. Can you please respond? Whether both are.
Hello.
Yeah, tell me.
So, if we delete a table or row having primary key on which other foreign key tables or row rely, it won't allow, sir.
Yeah, can you repeat it?
If we unknowingly delete the table in which primary key exists, on which the foreign key tables rely on, it won't allow.
Okay.
Sir, I want to tell.
No, let me ask. Sadasiv. Yes, tell me. We can't hear you. We can't hear you, sir. Arun?
Easily retrieve the data. In this scenario, whereas in employee table, we will maintain only employee details. Whereas in employee salary, we can maintain the employee salary details like month-wise. We'll maintain the data. If we build the relationship between in these two tables, we can easily retrieve the data by using select class and where condition.
Kiran.
To find the uniqueness of the rows.
For that, primary key is enough, no? Then
Yes,
what
yes.
is the use of foreign key?
Foreign key is to do not allow the duplicate values.
Will the foreign key will not allow duplicates?
Not like that, sir.
Monica. Pavanika. Yes, tell me.
Sir,
Yes.
to provide an identification for the table, we use a primary key, and the primary key doesn't allow any duplications, where foreign key allows the duplications. So the cluster process will be faster we use a foreign key as compared with the primary key. And primary key is a uniqueness which doesn't allow any duplicates in the data.
Okay. Prashant.
Primary key is not allowed duplicate records or null records. The foreign key will allow the duplicate records and null records. For we can one primary key, ఒక primary key తో మనము foreign keys చాలా చేసుకోవచ్చు. అంటే ఒక primary
These are
key
all properties. What is the purpose to keep a foreign key? I want that answer. ఇప్పుడు ఒక రీజన్ ఉంటుంది కదా.
అవును సార్, కరెక్ట్.
ఇప్పుడు ప్రైమరీ కీ పెడుతున్నాం అంటే ఐడెంటిఫికేషన్, డూప్లికేట్ ఇవన్నీ చెప్తున్నారు. ఫారెన్ కీ పెట్టడానికి ఏం రీజన్ ఏంటి?
అంటే ప్రైమరీ కీని బేస్ చేసుకొని చాలా ఉంటాయి సార్. అందువల్ల ఫారెన్ కీ యూజ్ చేస్తాం. అప్పుడు ఆ ప్రైమరీ కీ టేబుల్స్ యూజ్ చేసుకొని మనం ఫారెన్ కీలో డేటా అనేది మోస్తుంది.
సరే,
అంటే ప్రైమరీ కీలో మనకి ప్రైమరీ కీలో కాలం యూజ్ చేసుకొని ఫారెన్ కీను ఆ డేటా మొత్తం చూపిస్తాం కదా సార్ ఫారెన్ కీ టేబుల్లో.
ఓకే, I need the 100, exact answer. Padmaja.
That to make the relationship between the different tables, here the SQL server is creating a relationship. So this can be done with the help of a foreign key and primary key. It's simply to tell to give the referential integrity within the table and allowing some rules while entering the data into the table, and this can be helped with this constraint.
Okay, Nidhi.
Sir, we use foreign key to avoid the repetition of data, sir. When there is a relationship between two tables, to avoid the repetition, then when we make use of a foreign key.
Is it repetition or something else?
No, not so sure, sir.
Rami.
Distinct the data, sir.
Sorry?
Distinct the data.
Distinct the data. Amit. Amit.
Don't know, sir.
Rajkumar.
Foreign key is a set of attributes referenced by the primary key.
Apart from that, can you tell me something else?
Yes, sir.
Hi, sir. It's Virpatra.
Yeah, just wait. Alec.
Instead of repeating the data, we can get the data easily. Like for if we give the primary table, we can get each and every information of the employee regarding to the salary information.
Okay. Somo. Somo.
Sir,
Yes, tell me.
by using foreign key, we can get easily.
Sorry?
So by using foreign key, we can get easily information by primary key.
Apart from that, అందరూ చెప్పినవి కాకుండా ఏమన్నా డిఫరెంట్ గా చెప్పండి. డోంట్ రిపీట్ ద సేమ్. శంకర్.
When we use foreign key and primary key relation between two tables, so it will provide unique records for the same.
Neeraj.
Yeah, when you use this primary key and foreign key relation between two tables to ensure that we should maintain the data consistency. I think not supposed to delete the data. If you delete in,
can you little bit elaborate the same point, please?
So it's data consistency means, so if there is relation between two tables, for example, parent table and child table, if you are deleting any data in child table, it's not allowed to if you are deleting any data in parent table, there is relation between two tables, right? So it won't allow to delete in child table. So I think this
చిన్న పాయింట్ చెప్పేదానికి సోదంతా చెప్తున్నారు లిటరల్ గా అందరూ. నేను ప్రాపర్టీస్ అడిగినాను ఎవరన్నా? Did I ask properties anybody? No, right?
Is it relational data?
Can I, sir?
Yes.
Sir, actually, while we are using primary key and foreign key relationship, if anyone are trying to make some actions, means that prevent by using foreign keys. If anyone want to enter some new data into foreign key, it doesn't allow.
It will check whether it is exist in the primary key or not first.
Yes, sir.
The simple way, the very simple answer is to avoid the invalid transaction.
Duplication data, sir.
It's not duplication. Who said duplication? Did I say?
No.
I said unwanted records or invalid records or invalid transactions. I said.
Yes.
చిన్న పాయింట్ అంతే. ప్రైమరీ ఫారెన్ రిలేషన్షిప్ ఎందుకు పెడతారంటే టు అవాయిడ్ ద జంక్ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ ఆర్ ఇన్వాలిడ్ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ ఆర్ ఇఫ్ సమ్వన్ ఈస్ ట్రైంగ్ టు delete సంథింగ్ ఇన్ ద parent, so it will prevent duplications, uniqueness. ఇవన్నీ ఎవరు చెప్పారండి మీకు? I clearly said that day in the Excel.
It's another way of protecting the data, sir, if you use the foreign key.
Yes. Yeah. But people are not telling that. And I said so many times the same point, but they're trying to, explaining only the properties. And everyone saying the same point. They're not even telling the different one. ఇంత చెప్పి వేస్ట్ అండి. నేను ఇంతమందిని అడగాల ఆన్సర్ కోసం. నేను Did I said this or not?
Yes, sir, you told.
Then what people are doing here? ఈ జూమ్ లో సోది పెట్టద్దండి ప్లీజ్. Whatever it is required, please talk about it. If there is one error comes, try it and just ignore it. Don't drag it like anything. Okay. And yesterday I was joined and only one person is talking. Please allow other people to speak. Only few people are joining. Single point tella Zoom matram join avaru. Without that point, then you are learning joins and you are doing so many things. Purpose లేదు చెప్తానులే. See, when you are doing something, just know it very well. So why exactly we are doing? If you doesn't know, you ask me. I'll tell you. So here in the case of temporary tables, why we are not going with the primary foreign key relationships means, so here anyway after closing the session, right, this table won't be there, no data, nothing. Then there is no use case of giving a primary foreign key relationship. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Table itself, it will be not there, right?
Yes, sir.
Then providing a relationship doesn't make any sense. That's why the Microsoft has restricted this foreign key relationships. So in the temporary tables, even if you are trying to enforce and to create this relationship, it will create only the table. It will omit this foreign key relation. Okay. But apart from foreign key, all other constraints you can create. You can put not null, you can put check, default, primary, unique keys. All other constraints can be made on top of these temporary tables, but not the foreign key because of the scope. Okay, because of the scope means
Within the session.
yes, after dropping it won't exist, so that's why they'll not allow the foreign key relationship. There is no use case, if we go and create a foreign key on top of these temporary tables. Clear? Any question? Any questions?
Sir,
yes.
Can we perform the join between these temporary tables also?
Yes, we can perform. But until the session is there, till that time, you can perform it. There is no problem in it. Okay. You can join a temporary table with a physical table. You can join physical table to a physical table. You can perform a join temporary to temporary, local to temporary, local to local, global to local. Anything is possible. See, if it is an object, if it is a table, doesn't matter whether it is a temporary table, global table, or a physical table. Still, you can perform a join.
Okay. Sir, in identity, you have used a global command.
No, that is different. Double at the rate of identity. That is a global function actually. This is a global table. Function is different, table is different.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sir, is this the temporary table you have mentioned?
Yes.
All the process will take place in LDF, sir?
Sorry?
Background process, what we will going to do, like update or delete?
So all this, sir?
Yes, sir. Will it going to takes place inside the LDF?
So basically, yes. So everything will be saved in the temp DB. Okay. So your temp information will be maintained in LDF only. And after that, it will get removed.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, it will be not maintained in MDF because it's not a permanent table, right?
Only it will be there in LDF until we drop the table.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Next.
Sir, can we use begin trying and rollback comment in this table?
Delete.
Begin transaction and rollback.
Okay, we'll try that. Okay, for an example, we'll write begin tran, and I'm going to insert something into this table. So I just inserted and I'm just going to roll back, let's say. And you go and check whether the data has been inserted or not. Usually what should happen now? Does the data exist in the table or not now?
No, sir.
No. So which means the transactions also working on top of the temporary tables. And even you can append the identity property also. So everything is possible apart from
Foreign key.
Yes, apart from the foreign key relationship. Okay. Yeah. And when it comes to the global temporary table, okay. So let me go to this session 63 session. So global temporary table, how do we define means? Yeah. So we'll put double hash before the table name. That's it. Okay. We will put double hash before the table name, and which stands for global temporary table. What is my global? Usually across, correct?
The world.
Yeah, but it is not around the world, but around the sessions here. Okay, all the sessions. So now when you create a global temporary table, let's see where exactly the destination location. So it will be obviously temp DB. Now if you go to temporary tables, can you see there is a double hash patient table it has been created, and for that double hash table it's not given any random numbers, correct?
Yes, sir.
It's because of if you go to other session and try to create the same table with the same name, it throws an error, which means the global temporary table can be accessed anywhere in the sessions.
Okay.
Clear?
Yes, sir.
This global temporary table, anywhere you can access, which means you can drop it, you can insert it, you can delete it, you can do anything in any sessions, and it's almost like your permanent table. Okay.
Yes, sir.
But there is a difference. So if I perform one patient name is something, I'm inserting in 68 session, and if I go on do select star from this in the session number 63, still I can see the data. So wherever you perform some operation on top of this global temporary table, still all over the sessions, so the same thing, same operation will gonna affect actually. Okay, but here one thing you need to remember is wherever you created that table, that is your parent session, and wherever you are accessing, those are your child sessions. Okay, child sessions. All other sessions are child, guys, but wherever we created, that is your parent session. Now the scope of this global temporary table will exist, okay, will remains exist until we close the parent. Meaning, let's say one parent, always one parent here, and multiple childs will be there, correct?
Yes, sir.
For an example, let me just write it over here. Parent session. One parent session is there. There are so many childs. Child 1, child 2, child 3, child 4. Child 1, child 2, child 3, child 4. Okay. Now, obviously, the double hash table will be created over here. And here I can use it, correct? I can perform a select, I can perform a insert, delete, truncate, anything I can do. And
Yeah.
that's where
Those and others.
that's where these are the child sessions. Now, if I close the child 3, still the parent will exist, right?
Yes.
So which means the table will be accessed. Okay, nothing will happen to your table. It will still get access. Now, if I go and remove child 1, still my parent session is not yet closed. It is active, right? So which means my table will exist, guys. For an example, if I remove my parent itself, okay, so now it will get removed. I mean, it will get dropped from the database, the tempdb database. So now nowhere you can access that child.
Okay.
The summary over here is the scope of this global temporary tables will exist until the parent session will be exist. Okay. If we close the parent session, nothing will be there. So let me open one more child, and here I'm going to access this table. Select star from this. Okay. Now you see, this is my parent, this is my child 1, this is my child 2, correct? Now I'm going to remove my child 1. Still parent is there, and I'm able to retrieve the data. So the child also I can able to retrieve the data. But let me remove the parent itself and see. I'm just closing it. If I go and execute it, see, the table is not there. Which means once I close the parent, it will be gone. Even if you paste the queries, nothing will happen next. Okay, in the other session, because that parent is, you already closed it. No, when you close something, it will get dropped automatically. That's the scope of this global temporary table. So scope of local temporary table will be until we close that session. Okay, because session to session the table will be different, no? But whereas in the global, until we close the parent session, the table remains exist actually. Clear?
Yes, sir.
And here there is no random numbers. Why? Because across the sessions we can create only one table with the same name. With the different names you can create n number of tables. Okay, with the same name we can create only one table and across the sessions. So that's why there is no concept called random numbers here. Yeah, even here also you cannot provide any foreign key relationship. Yeah, and the only all other constraints can be applicable over here. Understand? Any questions?
Sir, in real time, while we performing any search inside the Google or a YouTube, it will going to, if you type some letter, it will going to give the like previously entered data which matches, or else it will give the trending data inside the search bar.
Correct.
Will it the trending data will be act as like global table, I think.
It will be maintained in the cache memory. Yeah, kind of temporary only.
As a cache memory, it will be inside our system, which is like we previously searched thing.
No, cache for our system is different. Their system will be different.
Okay, DB
okay.
there will be separate.
Yeah, in the DB also they'll maintain a separate cache for that. There it will be maintained. Now once you clear that history, right?
Yes,
now
yes.
your cache will get cleared off.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, so you cannot retrieve that history information.
Yes, sir.
Yes, that's how.
For those trending things, will they going to maintain these global tables?
No, actually. Why? Because once you close the YouTube and when you reopen, right?
Yes, sir.
So your history will be there, correct?
Yes, it will be there.
Yes. So the cache memory they will maintain until you go and clear the cache.
Advanced search. Okay.
Yes.
Advanced clear.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
So until you clear that. But in case of global temporary table, what will happen? If you close it, everything will be gone.
Yeah. Yeah.
You cannot retrieve back again.
Yes, sir.
Okay, not these temporary tables, but there will be a separate memory will get created for that. Its name called as cache.
Cache memory. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Any other questions here? There are some questions in chat window. If we delete child, does the changes we made also get deleted? No. So you mean to ask that if you have a global table and if we delete the change, okay, you might also get it. So you mean to say that deleting child means deleting a row in the child session, or how it is? Or table? Monica. Can you make it clear? Okay, let me tell you. If we insert a row values, yeah. So in any of these sessions, in terms of global temporary tables, right? Any session, okay, in any child sessions, if you go and delete or drop or insert or truncate, it will affect your main table. So it means if you drop something in the child, right, manually, it will get dropped in the parent also. Okay, it will affect actually. Okay. And one more interview question here. Usually in the interviews they ask, like, let's say there are two persons are working in same server. I create a global temporary table. Can the other person can able to access that global temporary table or not? We both are working on the same system. I created a global temporary table.
Like, is it the same database?
Sorry?
Is it the same database?
See, obviously global temporary tables will be there in the TempDB only, right?
Then he can work.
He can work. Let's say if he delete, will I able to see the table?
Here, which is a parent and which is a child, we just need to, like, once the parent is.
If I created, I am the parent. If he is accessing, he is the child, right?
Session will be different, no, sir.
That's
then
fine.
Then it won't happen, sir. Like, you need to delete.
I need to delete.
Means he can't delete, sir, because global means
once if you delete only, it will totally it will clear, sir, or else it won't be clear.
No, I'm talking of he is not closing the session. He is dropping the table. Drop command he is writing. In such a case, will I able to see the table or not? Will the really drop will happen or not?
Drop yes, sir.
Dropping means he is doing for the
If there is the
structure
global table, then drop will happen.
I don't think so.
Don't think so?
We don't get it.
Within a session it will happen, correct?
1 second.
Sir, not happen, sir.
Okay. See, consider that I created a hash double hash table here, and this is the user one. Okay.
Okay.
Now he created, and in the other session, somebody else is using this session. I mean this server, and he opened a child session, let's say, and he is trying to drop it. So he can able to drop, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so it's possible. So whatever you do, he can access, because global temporary table means what? Across the session he can create pages, right? Across the session he can able to means anybody can read it.
Yes,
so
yes, sir.
And whenever he do something, definitely it will affect your global temp. It can be a trinket, it can be a drop, it can be a insert, it can be a delete or update. Anything will be affect to your global temporary table wherever you do, whichever child session you do. Okay, it's possible. Understand? I'm not talking about this closing session. I'm talking about normal manual dropping actually.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. If we close the session, nothing will happen because we are the parents, right?
Yes.
Until you close it, so he cannot. I mean, he can see. Once you close it, he cannot see.
So now, in case of a parent, so does he able to retrieve the data? No, right?
No. If he drop manually, nobody can see it. Even parent cannot see it.
Okay.
It acts like your physical table only. The only difference here is once you close the parent session, the table will get dropped. That's the main difference actually. But apart from that, it's almost similar to your physical table.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Usually in real time, we use this global temporary table very rare cases actually, but local temporary table will use every day mostly.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Means, sir, wherever we will create the global table, only deletion of that session will remove that table. Either it won't remove.
If somebody will manually drop it, then it will get affect.
Yes, sir. Manually it will absolutely get affect. But
yes.
if we cancel that session where we have created that global table, that
yes.
will also make it remove.
Yes, correct. Wherever we created, if you close that session, and nowhere it will exist, and you cannot access also.
Okay.
Okay.
Can we build a relationship between the temporary tables and normal tables? Can you try, Raju, and tell me? So can you try to make a relationship between your one physical table and one temporary table and tell me whether it is possible or not? Create a primary key in temporary table and make a relationship with the foreign key and tell me. Is it possible? Usually, just think and tell me.
No.
Yes, sir.
Is it possible to provide a relationship from physical to temp?
No, sir.
No, sir.
It's not possible. Usually, it's not possible. Okay. Because let's say if you are giving a foreign key anyway, it won't allow. That's already we have seen it in the temporary tables, correct?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Now if you go reverse way, like primary key on top of temporary table, foreign key on top of physical table, after the session closing, the temporary table will be gone, no? But my foreign key is depending on primary key, right? Correct?
Yes, sir.
So that's where it won't allow. If you want, you can try anyway. Yeah, usage I'll tell you, Javed. Okay, just understand the concept. So I'll tell you the usage.
So what if we want some data from our physical table for on temporary basis?
Yeah, that's what we will bring it and we'll send it into these tables. Actually, to send that tables, there are many ways that I'll explain to you later. Tomorrow I'll explain to you. Okay, from physical to temp, how to send the data, how to transfer the data, I'll show you. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Any
Sir,
other
what are the
questions?
uses of what are the uses of multiple session?
Multiple sessions, huh?
Yes,
See,
sir.
there is no usage here. Okay, usually, but what is the behavior of this local global temporary table in terms of different sessions? I'm just showing it to you.
Sir, all these operations will perform only on memory, right? It will not go to LDF files and MDF files.
Which one?
This temporary, local and global temporary tables. So whenever you're creating it, all this happening in memory only, right? Or it is going to LDF file and MDF files.
See, this TempDB data, everything is maintained in the LDF and it will get cleared off actually.
LDF, okay. Means it will not go to MDF.
No, it will not go to MDF. MDF is mainly to maintain the physical, I mean, the permanent information, not the temporary information. Okay. Yeah.
Identity property is applicable for global temps.
Yes. Apart from foreign key, all other things will be applicable on this.
Sir. Sir, suppose if identity property is applicable in parent table, suppose I give to 1 to 10 values by using identity property, whereas I come to child table, in between 1 to 10 values, I can enter another values. Is possible, sir?
Can you please repeat? Repeat your
Suppose
question.
I using identity property.
Okay.
Yes, sir. By using identity property in parent table, I given 1 to 10 values. Whereas in come to child table, I can enter values in between 1 to 10. Because of identity property, if you give the identity property, it comes 1 by 1 value, sir. In
Correct.
between one, suppose I have to give
Yes, you can enable the
value
identity
6 value in
with an
child
insert.
table.
You can do that.
Okay.
You can enable the
Okay.
identity insert and you can do that. No issues.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So there are other use cases also, and there are some restrictions also for these temporary tables. Okay. So that I'll explain to you. So as of now, just write down a side heading temporary tables. Write down the notes. Temporary table side heading. Yeah. Temporary tables are mainly used to store the data temporarily. To store the data temporarily. Temporary tables are mainly used to store the data temporarily. And do some manipulations on top of it. And do some manipulations in the bracket DML operation. And do some operation. And do some operations in the bracket DML operations.
Jamako.
on top of it without affecting the main tables. Without affecting the main tables. Without affecting the main tables. Okay, next point you can write. Both local and global temporary tables both local and global tables both local and global temporary tables default destination would be default destination would be default destination DB would be what?
MDB.
MDB. Write down. Default destination DB would be temp DB, double quotes. This is very famous question, guys. Difference between local and global. Okay, if you go for 10 interviews, I think 8 to 9 interviews they'll ask this question. Okay, the default destination would be temp DB. Now, one side local, other side global. Local temporary table, the other side global temporary table. Write down. So we are going to write the differences. Yeah, first point in local temporary tables. Yeah, local temporary tables are defining local temporary tables are defining using single hash keyword. Local tables are defining using single hash keyword, or this hash also called as pound, guys. Okay, pound. These local temporary tables are defined with single hash keyword or pound or single pound before the table name.
Sir, FOUND found.
No, POUND.
Pond.
Pound. Yeah. POUND. Before the table name. Yeah, below that, can you please create this table, temporary table? Local temporary table. Can you please create the syntax, please? And one insert statement below that and one select statement. Done. Okay, next, first point in the global. Same thing you need to write, but before the, in place of one hash key, put the double hash and double pounds. Okay. First point in global, to define global temporary table. To define global temporary table, we'll keep double hash. You can directly write double hash there. Okay. Double hash or double pounds before the table name. Before the table name, and below that create this double hash table and one insert statement and one select statement. Write down this.
Sir, the employee ID primary key is removed.
Yeah, that's fine, no issues.
No.
Finished?
Yes, sir.
Okay. In local temporary tables, second point. We can create two local temporary tables. We can create two local temporary tables with the same name, in two different sessions. we can create two temporary tables with the same name in two different sessions. And to differentiate these table names, SQL Server will provide random numbers. To differentiate these table names, SQL Server will provide random numbers. To differentiate these table names, SQL Server will provide random numbers. Next point, second point in global temporary table. Once we create a global temporary table in a session, once we create a global temporary table, in a session, we can access across all the sessions. Once we create a global temporary table in a session, we can access the same table across the sessions. So we cannot create two global temporary tables with the same name.
Sir, once we create a global temporary table in a session, we can access the same table
across the sessions.
Okay.
Yeah. So we cannot create two tables with the same name in multiple sessions or across the sessions. Okay. Next point in local temporary tables. The scope of local temporary tables will exist the scope of local temporary table will exist until we close that session. Scope means, time limit or time duration or presence, anything is fine. The scope of local temporary table will exist until we close the session. Next, in global temporary tables. The scope of global temporary tables will remains exist until we close the parent session. Until we close the parent session. Until we close the parent session. Next, in local temporary tables, we cannot access the local temporary tables in different sessions. We cannot access the local temporary tables in different sessions. Next, in global temporary tables, we can access the tables across the sessions. We can access the tables across the sessions. We can access the tables across the sessions. Okay. So next, below that, can you make a note and write down? That's all about the differences. Make a note and write down. We cannot build the primary foreign key relationships. We cannot build the primary foreign key relationships on top of local and global temporary tables. We cannot build the primary foreign key relationships. I think instead of primary foreign key, can you please make a only foreign key relationship, because primary key can be defined. Okay, can you please remove that primary? Only make foreign key relationship. We cannot make foreign key relationship on top of local and global temporary tables. On top of local and global temporary table. Next, one more point. So this point I'll discuss later. Okay, but you can still write down this point. We cannot call the temporary tables.
Note, sir, this one.
Note second point. We cannot call temporary tables inside views, VIEWS, inside views, and user defined functions. Views and user defined functions. This point I'll explain to you later. User defined function. Done? Okay. Yeah, just leave some gap for the notes. Maybe if any other points are there, I'll let you know. Just give me some 2 to 3 points gap. Identity property. Okay. Still, it is not yet finished, guys. So tomorrow I'll continue. But I just want to tell you about the order by class also. Let's see. Okay, these are adventure works. Okay. Now, if you see, we have categories and subcategory and this one, right? Now, when you see this data, let's say category is the highest level, then subcategory and product name, right? Now the category is not sorted properly. If you see B, C, in between A is there, accessories, again C, B, it's kind of a mixing, correct? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes.
so while joining, right, it happens actually. While joining, it happens, and it's giving a it's a mixing order actually. Yeah, it's not in ascending order. Now, for an example, whenever you're joining, if I need in a sorting format, right? So manually we can do it actually. Yeah, manually we can do after this where class or after this on class. Okay, if there is no way, you can go for order by class. Order by, this is one of the class. Okay, like your select where, this is one of the class, and this will come at the last in the query. Order by. Okay. You can put any column here. Let's say if I need to take this column, right? PC dot name, ASC. If you leave like this, default it will take ascending. And if you want to keep a descending order, you have to keep descending. If it is ascending, you can keep as it is, or you can write ASC. ASC means ascending. You have to write the complete keyword, guys. So you just put ASC ascending, DAC means descending. Okay. and this order by class will be at the end always. And if you want to write a where class before this, you need to write. Okay. So now let me tell you the order of execution. Everything remains same. The only one difference here is before select your order by class will, sorry, after select your order by class will come. Okay. I'll tell you the reason. So the thing is, see, once it goes to the table, I mean the database tables, it will perform joins and it will do so many joins. Okay. Finally, let's say it got select the data. Okay. Finally, it got select the data. Right now, after selecting the data, okay, after selecting the data, when so it will just keep it in the memory, guys. From hard disk to memory, it will transfer actually. So once the data is available, then only it can able to sort, right?
Yes.
Yes. See, if we keep like this, order by before select, it's wrong. Why? Because to do the sorting, what we require?
Data or existing data.
Yes, the data is required. Okay. Now it cannot do the sorting directly in the MDF, guys, because in MDF already the sorting is defined. Okay, based upon your primary key or unique key, the sorting is already defined. Okay. Now this order by is forcibly we are doing, right?
Yes.
So in such a case, first select will perform. When the select is performing, what exactly will happen means all the above operations will perform. Then it will bring the data from hard disk, or we used to say disk, to memory, guys. Now the memory is the memory holds the data, right? The temporary data, right? Now on top of it, we'll do the sorting, guys.
Okay.
The original table, it remains same. Okay. Only based upon this joins, whatever data we are getting, right? That it will maintain in the memory. On top of this data, it will perform the order by class. Do remember it? Clear? Any questions? Any questions in the order by class?
Sir, if we order the PC name, we can even order the subcategories, any column.
Anything can be done. So if you want to sort based upon multiple columns, that is also possible. Just copy that column.
In a single query, we can sort.
Yes. Comma like this, comma product name. 3 columns you can keep it, no issues at all. Comma. So now the priority will go for first. Which one? Category, correct?
Category.
Then subcategory, then this one. Like this. Likewise, the priority will get assigned, guys. Okay. So if you go and check, see, now it's taking bit time, correct? Earlier I used to get the data very faster, no?
Yes.
Now it's taking bit time. It's because of
order by.
Order by.
Because it has to sort the data, right? Correct?
Yes.
Yeah. So that's why. So now if you see, yeah. So all the nulls are came into the in the top when you do the ascending. Now when I go down, 1 second. Now you see here, first accessories, correct? Then bottle cages. Under accessories, bees came over here. Now let's see if there is any other. So many rows. Okay, let's go down. Can you see now? Under A, B, bottle and something is there. Then cleaners is there, correct? Then helmets. If you see, it is in alphabetical order, correct? first priority it goes to category, second priority sorting will be based upon subcategory, third will be on top of this.
Product.
Understand?
Yes, sir.
Or you
Yes,
want
sir.
me to explain in Excel?
Understood, sir. So can we go with descending order as well?
Yes, you can, no issues. Category 2. But last column will be on top of descending, not first two columns will be ascending only. There you cannot change it. Okay.
Okay. See, first two columns will be always an ascending order. If
Yes.
you choose descending order as
No, first two columns we cannot make descending order. It will be always ascending. Okay.
Okay, sir.
And the only for the last column we can change it to descending.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. So for an example, if I have A, C, B, D, F, E something. Okay, in subcategory, I have something like this. Let's say BB, or I can keep something like A, C. Okay, BB and A, B, D, AF, C, AC, AE something. Okay, and the products are, let's say P1, P2, P3, P4, P5 and P6 and P7 and P8. Okay, now the ascending order would be, this is the first option, first sorting, I mean first priority, second priority, third priority. Okay, now how the sorting will happen means, first in this column it will try to sort it out. Okay, understand?
Yes.
First AA will come, then B,
C.
sorry, C. Array, why it's giving this cat here? 1 second. Okay, C, then D and F, correct?
Yes.
So once this got sorted, then it will go to the second column. So now if we see in A column, right? In there are 2 A's. Under 2 A's, we do have 2 subcategories, correct?
Yes.
So now here also it will do the ascending, right? First this is the priority, then it will give the priority for the subcategory, correct?
Yes.
Now between these, which one will go top?
AA.
Correct? So AA will come and then
BB.
BB. Okay, and what is the respective rows here?
P2, P1.
P2,
P1.
and P1. And see, even though this is an ascending order, right? But these records are depends on what category and subcategory.
Yes, sir.
This we cannot do anything actually. Okay. And in the same way, for B, same thing will come, correct? There is only one record. What about C? First, see, there is AE and AC. But AC will come first, correct? Huh? So can you please mute? Can you please mute everyone? Yeah. So now between AC, there are CE, AC, AE, right? So between first character, these two are same. And these are the top letters, right? And again between AC and AE, C will come first. So AC will take first, then AE, then CE. Okay. And what is the respective values? AC will be P7 and then P8,
P6.
likewise. And DF it will be same, only one record is there, right? So and D will be DF, and this will be as it is, it will present. Correct?
Sir,
Yes,
AB
sir.
should be
Yes.
above BB, na?
Sorry?
AB should be above the
What?
AB should be above the BB.
AB should be above BB. Why?
Yes, sir. Because after alphabet A and A, it will come A and B, na? Because first letter is A.
Correct.
Suppose A has 1 and B has 2. Okay. So then 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4, it will come first before the 2, 2, 1 or 2, 2.
Where you are telling? I am not getting it.
In the second column.
Third row, sir.
Second
Third row.
column.
Yes, sir.
Third row comes second, and the second row comes.
This one.
Yes, sir. BB
So
will
that's
come
what I
after,
said.
only after
One
the
second.
A, where
One
the A
second.
will end.
One
Okay.
second. As I said, the priority will be always first priority for category. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Then once it got sorted, then only it will go for the second column and it will try to do the ascending. So already this is sorted. There won't be any changes in this. Okay. Now between these 2 years there are 2 rows. Correct.
Okay, it will sort according to the category 1.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, between 2 years there are 2 records. Now it will decide on basis of ascending which one should come, whether double A should come first or double B. It won't take A, B. Okay.
Okay.
Why? Because this category is different. No.
Okay.
Yeah.
No,
That's
no.
what I said. Priority 1, priority 2, priority 3. For an example, if I make priority as this one, okay, let's say product is the first priority, then subcategory, then category. Then what will happen?
Same table.
P1, P2,
First P1, P2, P1 to P8 will get placed over here, correct? Accordingly, whatever values are there, it will just display that. Okay. Understand?
Yes, sir.
As it is, it will come, correct?
Yes.
There won't be any changes. See, in this, if we have same category, then it will sort it out this. Understand? For an example, if I have double A here, then in subcategory also we have a double
P1 will be the first, sir, then P1.
Exactly. So this P1 will go top actually. Okay. If these are same, then it will go and check the priority for third one.
Clear?
Yes, sir.
Any questions? Same thing happened in this case actually. Yeah, first accessories. If the accessories are same, then it will go and give a priority for subcategory. When this is same, then it will give the priority for product name. Clear?
Yes, we are clear.
And one more thing I want to tell you. See here, I am using in order by class original columns, correct? Whatever it is there in the tables, I am using it. Instead of original columns, you can also call out your alias columns. It's fine. Why? Because I'll tell you the reason. So before order by, which class is executing? Your select class is executing, correct?
Yes.
So when the select class executing, these alias columns will get created or not?
Created.
It will be get created, right? If it is getting created, I can make use of those alias columns in my order by class, correct?
Correct.
Yes. Now, the same case, can I use these alias columns in my on class? Is it possible?
No, because
no, it's not possible. Why? Because the on class is executing before select. No.
Correct.
Okay, so which means still these alias columns it is not yet created in the on, right?
Yes.
So only after the select we can make use of those alias columns, because it got generated those alias columns in the select class, and from there onwards whichever classes are there, so in that classes we can make use of it. Clear?
Yeah.
Understand? Yeah. And yes, and one more thing, let me put a where class. We'll understand this one as well. In a where class, I'm just keeping like p dot name. I'm just keeping like p dot name equals to some product name, let's say ABC something. Okay, I'm using the original column name, right? Now, can I use the alias column? Is it possible here in the where class?
No.
No.
Because
it is going to execute before select.
Yes, this where class will execute before select, right? Which means this alias column it is not yet generated, right?
Yes.
So you cannot use alias columns in where class. Very, very, very important point this is. Okay. In where classes we cannot use alias columns, whereas in the order by we can use the alias columns, guys. Okay. Could you please write down? No need to write the query, just write down the order of execution. This is enough actually. Write down
Why
this.
we can't? Why we can't put alias column inside the where class?
Because before select where will execute, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes, but alias column will get generated in which class?
On
your alias columns.
Yes, sir.
In which class it will get generated?
From.
Yes, sir. Can you see the query? Where exactly I represented?
Select.
Select, right?
Yes.
So this alias column will get generated in the select class. Let's say the product name.
Okay.
Alias column is get generated in select class.
Okay.
But before select, your where is trying to execute, right?
Yes, sir.
So which means this alias name won't exist, right?
Okay.
If it is not exist, obviously you cannot use it, right? Yeah. So these original names we can use, but not alias columns in your where class. Clear? See, you can try to execute also, it will throw an error. See, invalid column name, product name. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Whereas if you run like this without with the where or without where, no, that is fine. But if you execute with alias columns in order by, still it is executing. See, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes, that's what I said. Write down the order of execution.
Can we use for this date of birth column also?
One?
Date of birth column.
Any column you can use, no issue.
We also use alias.
Sorry?
We also use alias after the from also.
No.
As
After from
for the table name, we use the alias column only after the from.
See,
just
when
like
in the from class, we'll use the tables, right?
Okay.
And that is the table name. I mean, these the alias table names.
Okay.
Whereas in the select class, whatever you keep, those are the columns. So nothing
Okay,
but these
alias
are
column.
alias columns.
Okay, alias column.
Yes. Write down the order of execution. And tomorrow I'll give you the notes about these alias columns between where and order by. Okay. Regarding the joins practical sessions, I did not get any assignments. Please upload as it is as today by end of the day, so that I'll verify. Okay. Hello.
Okay,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yeah.
Sir, today's assignment is for what?
We know till self join we have already uploaded.
Yeah, only few people, not everyone.
Okay.
And nowadays people are not informing me in the group saying the assignment is uploaded. Just please just say like assignment has been uploaded so that I can go and verify it.
Okay.
Okay.
Sure.
Today's assignment is just temporary table you need to practice and then upload it.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, then we'll continue tomorrow. Bye.
Bye.